Hi, today we are here to talk about underlay for different types of flooring and why you need underlay for different types of flooring. I don't know the answers to any of these, as you probably know from all of the videos I do, so I always ask one of our techs, and actually they don't come either. So we have Pierre.
That's me today.
Who is brilliant at this. That's anyway.
Right.
So Pierre, yes.
I just want to say, actually, Tracy, you do yourself a slight disservice. You actually know a lot more.
I think
and
I
also
do now.
the technicians are out on the road today helping
okay.
clients, so that's why not one of them on the room to help with this question. So we do get the question often about underlays, and particular underlays, of course, for rugs that sits under rugs that goes on a floor surface.
Yeah.
And today I thought of bringing this because many people want to have that question and they don't really know.
We've had that question
end up
recently.
buying, sadly, the wrong thing. And as you know, our passion here is to help people use stuff that's going to last for years to come. So we reduce the amount of landfill, the waste we create, and that's why I feel it's important that we help people like you watching this video to understand better what is the best underlay if you want to put a rug on your floor.
Yeah, we've had that question very, very recently, to be fair, about rugs on hardwood floors and how do you protect them.
Yeah.
It does make a difference. So
that's right. So first what I want to do is start with the reason why we have underlay, because very few people, some people will think, I need an underlay because they have one problem. There's multiple problems that underlay actually solve. Okay, so the first obvious problem, of course, is your rug is creeping around on the floor. The rug is moving and you're thinking, how can I hold this damn thing in place?
Yeah.
So for that reason you'll use underlay, and in a moment I'll head over to my little show and tell and I'll show you the different types of floors and what different underlays we have. But underlay is there to help at least reduce the movement of the rug on the carpet or the hard floors. And I say reduce because sometimes you only reduce it, you cannot totally stop it.
No.
And I maybe, for the sake of it, let's delve into why it doesn't totally stop. The one that usually struggle to totally stop it moving is a rug on a carpet. A rug on a carpet with an underlay will possibly reduce it greatly, but it won't stop it. And the reason is, if you imagine a carpet fibers are standing up, if I use my hands like that, they all lie in a certain direction, slightly to what we call a pile direction. So if you feel the carpet, you would feel the pile lies in a certain direction. So what happens if that pile stands up like this? Your underlay is down and then your rug is on top. Now your underlay, in a moment I'll show you, is a little sticky, so it holds onto that carpet. But every time you step on that carpet, what happens is you bend the fibers down a little bit because that fibers give way. Yeah. But then as it lifts, it causes a bit of this reaction where it takes the carpet and it moves it along.
I guess it's moving the rug along.
It moves the rug along because the pile bends down and then push back up and bends down and push up. So if you see my hand, and it push and it push and it push and it push and it push, and that's why you will find that keep happening with a carpet on a rug on a carpet. Now it happens a lot more if you don't have any underlay for it. If you have underlay for it to reduce it, but it can still happen. And especially if you have a nice thick plush carpet, you will probably find that happen even more. A lupile carpet will find that happens probably not at all, because you don't have that effect on a loop pile as you do on a cut pile, because a cut pile carpet is a carpet that has got fibers that stand up and the tips have been sheared off. So that's why you have movement there. So first of all, let's come back to it. First of all, the reason why we have underlay is to reduce the movement of rugs. Right now, the movement of rugs, we talked about carpets. Next is, let's talk about movement on wooden floors. So we'll have a different type of underlay for different types of floors. And for the ease of the matter, we provide two different underlays, which I'll show you in a minute. One is for hard floor surfaces, one is for carpets, and we will delve into why the different types in a moment. Let's complete first what is the reason we have underlay. We slow down the movement of the rug, or we stop the movement of the rug. The next one is, if you imagine your rug is placed down on a hard surface like a wooden floor, or a tiled floor, or even a thin carpet, even a normal carpet, every time you put your foot on it, there's impact. And that impact on that rug wears the fibers out. So if your rug sits on a wooden floor, you would put your foot down and you bounce off that carpet, and it's that hard impact all the time with the foot traffic that goes on it every time somebody walks over that. We've got shoes with hard soles, and it hits that fibre and it wears it out. Now imagine that sits on a tiled floor. That impact is like taking a small soft hammer and giving it a tap every time, and it's going to wear those fibres out. So that's why what we do then is we don't just stop the movement, but we now reduce that impact wear all the time. So it makes the rug last longer. So that's the first one. The second reason why I would advise you get some underlay to reduce that. Then another reason why you would have underlay is, especially on carpets, if you have a very colourful rug and you go, I've got a very light carpet and I've got a very nice red and blue rug.
Yeah.
I'm just worried if I put this down and I lift it after 6 months that I now have a white carpet with patches of blue and pink on it. So you would have an underlay to reduce that risk, but do know that the underlay don't sit up to the very edge of the rug, so you'll have a little overlap that lays flat, so it reduces trip hazard. So you do have the risk of still that little edge, but that will also reduce the chance of colour transfer onto carpets.
Yeah, and accidents happen. You spill water on the floor, on the rug.
Exactly, and it can transfer, and it can transfer on that edge of the rug, because underlays never cut to exact size of the rug. It always cut slightly smaller so that it lays down, so you don't create a trip hazard. There are other reasons as well that people will individually have a reason why underlay is a good idea, but those are the main ones really why we see people have underlay, why we would recommend having an underlay on a rug. Okay, so shall I head over there?
Show them what
Let's
they
show them. I think they want to see you. Let's show them. Okay, Tracy, so what we have is, I'm going to quickly switch to my little close-up here. I have different floor types, but before we get to the different floor types, let me go to show you, the viewers, also the different types of underlay we have. We have two simple types of underlay, right? So on this side here, I have the green hard floor underlay. So this is a cushion type underlay. It's foam, it's thin, and it's quite tough actually. What we like about this underlay is that once a year you can take the underlay, considering your washing machine is big enough and it has a very, very gentle cycle, you can put this into your washing machine and give it a very gentle wash. Now while I'm there, we do have these underlay. This underlay comes in a roll of 1.2 meter wide. And what this would do is it actually, it's 1.2 meters wide, and of course many rugs are bigger than that, so we'll be joining the rugs up. When we join the rugs up, let me show you, I'm going to go back to this section. So if we imagine we're joining this up, I'm going to roll this over and I'm going to fold that one to that side to represent the join. Let's see if I can do that. So we represent the join of, actually, let me do this, I'm slightly unprepared, but it doesn't matter. It just shows the people at home that we are making these videos because we do care. So what I have is, I have a join where the rug is now bigger than the actual size of the underlay. So we're going to have to join these up, okay? So I'm going to put it this way so you can see nicely. There's my join, and I join this piece to that piece, right? And what we can do is we can leave them just sitting loose, and you then have to keep an eye to make sure it's right. Or what we prefer to do is take some tape and we tape them so that we hold it together and then cut it to the right size. Now if you wash this in a washing machine, I would advise you take the tape off, and I would then advise that you re-tape it again afterwards. But yes, this is a hard floor underlay. We refer to it as hard floor underlay, and this goes on hard floors. And while I'm sticking to this close-up, what I have here is some samples of different floor types. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. So what I have here is a tiled floor representing any stone, any tiles, anything like that is a hard surface. So that's what we have there, right? This underlay, this green underlay, is what we refer to as hard floor underlay. It's good for that type of floor in most cases. The next type of floor, of course, is wood, all right? So wooden floor, we have the green underlay that works very well on this type of floor. In most cases, there are some slight exceptions, and I'll show you that in a moment. Right now, the other floor type we see is LVT, luxury vinyl tile. I've got the luxury vinyl tile here, and they imitate really well, look like tiles, look like stone, look like wood. They work well in many different areas, and this type of floor is also somewhat suitable for the hard floor underlay. Though in some cases, probably as much as 50%, we do still find that this green underlay moves on the LVT. So we recommend the next type. Let me go there and show you what that is. So our next type of underlay is our carpet underlay. We refer to it as carpet underlay, even though we don't just use it for carpet underlay. And as you can see there, it's foxy. So we've got foxy underlay, and this foxy underlay has got a slight stickiness to it without leaving any residue behind. So when you put this on your carpet and you rug over the top and you peel it up, you would not find that it leaves a sticky residue behind, and it stops that moving off the carpet. So this works exceptionally well if you have a rug going onto a carpet and it holds it in place. And remember, I talked earlier about the loop pile, so this is a loop pile carpet. So if you have an underlay that sits over this and then your rug on top, you would probably find it should stay in place pretty well. If it's a cut pile carpet, then it might still move a little bit. So this works really well there. The next is we have the LVT. So LVT, because as I mentioned, I find that over the years the green underlay has sometimes caused move on these floors. So we recommend rather having this foxy underlay or carpet underlay for your LVT carpet. Okay. So that's what we would recommend. While I've got this video, I just want to show you, if you imagine this is to be your carpet size, although your rug size, but I know this is very small, your underlay will be cut short on the edge so that the edge lays flat on the side, just so you know. So that's what we've got with regards to the underlay on different floor types. And actually, Tracy, I forgot something that I wanted to mention, and that is your foxy underlay has got a lovely image on the one side, and then on the other side your foxy underlay is white. So what Foxy recommend, the manufacturers of this product recommend, is that if you place it onto carpet, you place it with the white side down on the carpet, and if you fit it onto a hard floor, because actually this product can be used on any floor actually, but the reason I don't like it so much is because it's got that little bit of stickiness to it. If you put it on a stone floor or a wood floor, there's a bit of dry soil, it just sticks to it quick and you need to throw it away. Okay, so they recommend that if you place it down on a hard floor, so like I mentioned earlier, the LVT, you would put it down with the color pictures down on the hard surface and the rug on the other side. Okay, so that is your underlays.
Perfect. There you go, guys. Everything you need to know about the underlays for your rugs on different types of floors. I think that was quite eye-opening because I didn't know any of that, so it makes sense now.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad I can add value.
So if there's anything else you need to know, you know what to do, drop it in the comments and we'll get back to you soon.
Thanks
Bye.
a lot. Bye.